Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome back to my game of Arkham Horror the card game. This is the second part of my Scenario 5 game called Undimensioned and Unseen. If you haven't watched the previous video, you definitely want to watch it because this is mid-game. And in the last game, Roland drew a threat called Eager for Death, and I really need to pass it. It is a 2-will test. He has 3, but Rex is at his location. He will contribute unexpected courage to give him +2, so it's 5 versus 2. And I need to pass this, otherwise I take 2 horror. 5 versus 2. And I got the skull. The skull is -1 for each brood in play. There are 2, so 5 minus 2 is 3, which still passes it, so I don't have to deal with it. Good. Let's do Rex. Rex draws Dissonant Voices. Put it into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events. At the end of the round, you can discard it. Okay, so I'll put that there, and at the end of the round, he can get rid of it. Which means basically he can't play his cards. He's got an event and a skill. He could use the skill, but he cannot play this event. Okay. All right, well, that's okay. We need to go find some clues. It is now, so Rex drew his card. It is now my turn. Let's get Rex out of here. The avian thrall, I need to try to evade to exhaust it, but it will always hunt Roland because he has the lowest investigate. I need to kill this thing, but I need to get my gun out. I need one more. I'll have to wait until the next turn, and then it'll get an opportunity attack because unless you attack or try to evade, it gets a free attack on you. Okay. And by the way, I just noticed it's an abomination, which means it would attack both in my. So this one goes down 1, and this one goes down 1. Glad I saw that. Yeah, I need to get away from this thing. Which means when he moves away, he's going to get another attack. Man, that avian thrall is mean. Well, we don't have a choice. For my first action, I will move to reveal this one. It has 2 clues on it. And let me do the... now, the avian thrall will take a free hit, so he's down to 3 and 6. Ugh. Okay. He reveals this, which is the Devil's Hop Yard. As a fast action, the creature follows you into the mud. Each investigator in Devil's Hop may place one of his or her clues on an abomination here. Alright, well, we need to get the clue. Well, not really. I mean, the clues aren't really helping me because you can only put... Well, you could put 1 clue here, 1 clue here. So, yeah, it does help. Let's investigate. So 4 versus 2. All right, so I moved, and I've got 2 more actions. 4 versus 2. 4 plus 1 is 5. And I have a special action which says if you succeed by 2 or more, you discover another one. So I get both clues here. And that one's done. That's good. He's got 1 more action. I'm hesitant to move here because he might go here, but that's okay. I've got to put clues on him to hurt him. So let's go ahead and move and flip it. That's my 3rd and final action. It has 3 clues on it. And it says, as a fast action, you lure the creature into a patch of sand. Investigators in Blasted Heath may as a group, place up to 2 of their clues on an abomination enemy. So that you load it up with clues, and that lowers its health, if I understand correctly. It gets +1 health and cannot be damaged. But the esoteric says you get +2 will, which is your fight ability, for each clue on it. Oh, yeah, you got to load it with clues. So he is done. I'll flip him over. He's done. And now it is Roland. Roland's got to kill this thing. I don't really have any cards. I don't really have any cards that will help me. I could evade it. When an enemy attacks, cancel that attack. Okay, so I'll use this to block his attack, but I'll at least get one hit in on him. I'm going to try to attack him. First action, I am at 4, and I get the +1, so it's an even fight, 5 versus 5. Ooh, auto succeed. That is after +1 for each clue on your location. There's just one, so that means it's definitely a win. So I get to put a heart on it. Now it says I can exhaust Beat Cop and deal 1 damage to it to deal another damage to an enemy. I will put another damage on him because he can take up to 3. And I'll exhaust him, and that adds a point of damage. So it's kind of like he took a punch as well. So that's 3 out of the 4. I need 1 more hit on it. After you defeat an enemy, discover a clue. Well, I haven't defeated him yet. So second action, let's fight him again. It is 5 versus 5. I don't have anything to help me card-wise. Well, I do, but I don't want to get rid of Zebulon. I'm going to need him. 5 versus 5. 5 minus 1 is 4, and I miss. That was my second action. And for my third action, 5 versus 5. 5 minus 2 is 3, and I miss again. So he is exhausted. Enemy phase. This one will attack. I will pay 1 to play dodge, and it doesn't hit me. Cancel the attack. All right. It doesn't auto evade it, which stinks, because if it evaded it, I could move out, but I can't. But I don't have to worry about that. Now we have to see where these move. So again, I'm just looking up at the ceiling. I knew I flipped something. It doesn't matter if I flip them or not. They're the same on both sides. All right, square it up. Cold Spring Glen. It will stay there. Excellent. Let's do this one. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And square it up, and Dunwich Village. It stays where it is. Oh man, I got lucky on that. Okay. So they're not chasing me down. That is the end of the enemy phase. Upkeep. Flip these over. Everybody gets a resource and a card. Roland draws Emergency Cash. Rex draws Preposterous Sketches. Play only if there's a clue. Draw 3 cards. That could be a good one. I might do that one. All right, and now we place the third of 5 Doom tokens. And let's see, Rex went first, so he draws first this time. And oh yeah, Dissonant Voices went away at the end of the turn. That goes here. Frozen in Fear. This is the Doom phase, which is the start of a new turn. Put Frozen in Fear into play. The first time you perform one of the following: move, fight, or evade, it costs 1 additional action. Forced. At the end of your turn, test 3 will to get rid of it. Okay, well, right now I don't have to worry about moving, fighting, or evading. So that's not too bad. And then Roland draws a Whippoorwill. It's aloof, which means if you don't attack it, it doesn't attack you. Each investigator at Whippoorwill's location is -1 to all of it. Fight, agility, research. Oh, man. Okay, so this is here. So he's down -1 fight. So it's basically 4 versus 5. All right. That's okay. Is there any victory for that? No, there's not. That was it. It is now my turn. Let's have Roland try to defeat this, because if I do, I'll get that clue and maybe I can move away. But remember, the Whippoorwill, which I'm not going to attack, is a minus. Well, I could attack it, and if I kill it, it only has 1 health. This goes away, and then I will get the full 5 versus. Let's do that. So I will attack the Whippoorwill on my first. It's 4. Actually, no, I'm at 3 versus 2, but the cop gives me +1, so I'm 4 versus 2. 0, I kill the Whippoorwill, which you hate to do in this game, because some of the scenarios, if I remember right, if you kill the Whippoorwills, it's bad luck or something. So now I'm no longer at -1. So now it's 5 versus 5. I just need 1 more hit on it. Oh, and I ready the cop. Sorry, I can ready him. He's got 2 damage and 1 sanity, and he out of a max of 3 and 2, so he's okay still. 5 versus 5. Come on, I need to kill this thing. 5 versus 5. 0. I did it. All right, so I defeat this. This goes away, and I wish it had victory on it, but otherwise it just goes to the discard. I do get a clue. That was my second action. And for my third action, I will get a resource in my next turn, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to move here. I'm going to try to join up with him. I hate to split them up. So he is done. After you defeat an enemy, discover a clue. I did that. Okay, Rex. Rex has a card that says, play only if there's a clue at your location and draw 3 cards. There's 3. I'm going to pay the 2 to get that, and I get 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. The magnifying glass is great. Francis Morgan is great. It's an ally, and he can take some damage, and it gives me +1 fight. After you defeat an enemy, exhaust him, draw a card. I don't care so much about that, but just being able to have an ally to absorb some sanity and physical damage. Let's see. That was my first play. The first time you perform one of the following actions, move far away. Okay, so at the end of the turn, I'll be able to try to get rid of that. Let's go. Choose an investigator that investigates +2 skill of their choice until the end of the phase. I'm not going to play that yet. Overpower could be handy. Until the end of the round, you may use your... Okay, all these cards are a play once kind of thing. Except for him. And I've got 4 clues. But Roland needs some clues. And I don't think you can give clues from one... Can you transfer clues from one person to another? I don't know. I think that as a group... place up to 2 of their clues on another. Okay, good. Each investigator may place 1 of his or her clues. Okay. Each investigator 1. This one's the only one that allows you to do a group. As a group. This one. I haven't investigated Cold Spring yet. Oops. Okay. We might need to get down here to see what this is. This might be a good one. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get out his ally for 3. So he'll pay 3 for his second action to get out Dr. Francis Morgan. That will help absorb any damage. And then for my next action, I will go ahead and investigate. Fast. You get +1. I can't, but I don't have the money to pay it. So it's just 4 versus 4. It's kind of a waste. You lure the creature into a patch of sand. Investigators in blasted may add a... Does that mean you can pull one here? You set a bait. Each investigator may place 1 of his or her clues on observation here. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, so once it's here, you do the fast action, you set the bait, and then you put the clue. Here, you lure the creature into a patch of sand. So it's got to be here first, and then as a fast action. How now to move it? Something said you can move it. How did you? Was it the salt? No, power. Hold on. Move 1 clue from powder to an exhausted brood at your location. Powder Ghazi enters play. There was something about moving. Hold on. Test 4. If you are successful, move a brood to 1 location in any direction. Oh, I should have kept him here, and then I can move him where I need him, and use him to place tokens. That's what I should have done. Okay, but you got to test 4 research, which I would never pass. He needs to do that. And then he will place some. That's what it is. Okay, so on the next turn, I need to get him back over here, and him where he can deal with damage. Okay, got it. So let's see, whose turn is it? It's Rex's turn. I already did Roland, so he's got 1 turn left. Let's go ahead and move him here, and that will be my turn. All right, enemy phase. Each one of these will move a random direction. So let's do this one first. I will flip, 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 and then square up and pull the bottom. Blasted. Guess what? It's right where I want it. This one will go here. And then this one, oh, this goes with it. It's got more health, more damage. Square it up, pull the bottom. Dunwich Village. This one moves back to here. All right. Okay, now we ready up. Everybody gets a resource and a card. Roland draws his weakness. This is never good. Cover up. Put it into play in your area. When you would discover one or more clues at your location. Put your cover up into play with 3 clues. This is the one where you've got to remove the clues. Ugh. When you would discover one or more at your location, discard that many from here. At the end of the game, if there are any clues here, you suffer a mental trauma. And I've already got 1. I don't need more. Okay. We got to remember to try to get rid of this before we finish the game. But in order to do that, I need clues. And I've only got 1. When you would discover 1, and I need to go where I can discover clues easy, which is probably here with 2. When you would discover a clue at your location, discard that many clues from cover up. So you can investigate a spot. I don't know. I think there have to be clues on it in order to do that. I could be wrong, but I think that's the way it's played. All right. He drew cover up, and Rex draws hyper awareness. All right. Okay, 4 out of 5 Doom tokens. Who went first? It was Roland. Roland draws attracting attention. Each brood moves once towards you, and it gains surge, which means I have to draw again. So each brood in play moves once towards you. So the brood is now here. Darn it. And then this one will move. Does this goes like that? Yeah. This one goes here. That's not good. So which means this is an abomination. So it's in play for both of them. That could not have been better. All right, Rex draws. Add a brood. Okay, this comes with this one. And then Rex draws. Wait, Rex moved last. Yeah, ruin and destruction. If there are no investigators at the same location as a brood of Yog-Sothoth, there is. Ruin gains surge. Oh yeah, you know what? He's supposed to get this one. If there are no investigators at the same location, it gains. Otherwise, each investigator at the same location as brood tests 3 agility. For each point he fails, he takes a damage. Oh. All right, let's do this. 3 agility. We'll do Roland, who has 2 agility. And I can't. 2 versus 3. I'm going to fail it. 2 versus 3. I got the auto succeed, which is +1 for each clue on your location. There are no clues here, but it's an auto succeed +1 for each clue on your location. So I don't get it. Oh, so it's 2 versus 3. I failed by 1, which means I take a damage. I'm going to take it. I'm not going to give that to the beat cop. And then Rex, he's testing 3 agility. And do I want? I don't have any. I do have something that could help. I'll pay this 1 until the end of the round. You can use research instead of agility, or you can use research in place of agility. So I'll play that, and that means it's 4 versus. What was it? 4 versus 3. 4 minus 1 is 3, and he does okay. Now that was the surge for Roland. Now we draw 1 for Rex. Rex gets attracting attention. Each brood moves 1 towards you. Oh, they're both at my location. And it gains surge. Frozen in fear. You know what? I already have 1, and I forgot to see if it goes away. So now I've got 2. The first time you perform a move, fight, or evade, it costs 1 additional action. All right. Well, I forgot to roll. Let's go ahead and see if we got rid of it. At the end of the turn, I should have tested 3 will versus 3 will. Let's see if I got rid of the first one. 3, I do. Okay, so I can get rid of 1 of them. And then I've got it again, so that's not cool. All right, my turn. And remember, I have 2 Brood of Yogg Sothoth now here. And no weapon. I did not get Roland's weapon out. So, since they're here, it says, as an action, the creature follows you into the mud. Each investigator may place one of his or her clues on the abomination. So I will take that fast action, and I will give this clue to this abomination with the damage on it, or with the extra bonus health on it. And that's a fast. I can only do that once. And this thing has 3 health and 6 fight, and I only have 5 fight. If I had that weapon out, I would get 6. It would be even, 6 versus 6. And if I buy the weapon now, it's going to get a cheap shot on me, which is 2 damage, 2 health, which is a lot. Okay, but I really don't have a choice here. I've got to kill it, and it has +1 fight, +1, so it's 7 fight and 4 health. Oh man! All right, we got to try. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to play my 45, which is not a fight or evade. It does have 4 bullets on it, so it gets an attack on me. It gets 2 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Man, okay. And now I have two actions left. I will shoot at it. I shoot it with a bullet. It gives me +1 fight. The beat cop gives me +1, so I am now at 6, and this one has 7 fight. 6 versus 7, and I will contribute. I have nothing to contribute. Does Rex have something he can give me? He has Overpower. I will contribute that. This gives me 2. So that is, and if the test is successful, Rex gets to draw a card. That is 6 versus 7. Now it's 8 versus 7. 8 versus 7. I do beat it. So the cop gives me +1 damage if I exhaust him, but he takes a damage which would kill him. The gun gives me +1 damage, so that puts 2 damage on it. 2 out of 4. I could, if I shoot him again and I'm successful, it will kill him because he only has 4 health. Hold on. He's got a token on him, and the token is, for every token on him, the salt. Where is it? The powder. Powder of Zen enters play with X clues on it. As a fast, you may move 1 to exhaust. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I got to remember this. I can use this to exhaust them, which allow me to run. But it's a fast action by Rex, so I'm going to have to do that. Okay, got it. I have, all right, that was my second action. I have one more action. I am going to be 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5 versus 7. 5 versus 7, and I don't have anything to help me. 4, 5, 6 versus 7. Excuse me, I forgot the cop. 6 versus 7. Rex could give Encyclopedia to make it 8 versus 7. Let's do it. Oh, and Rex gets to draw a card because he was successful with that thing. So it's 8 versus 7 again. If I'm successful, I will kill this. 8 versus 7. And I drew the 0, and I do. I managed to defeat this one. Now remember, this was supposed to give me a bonus, which is, Esoteric says, for each of these, oh, you use will instead of fight. You get 2 for, so I technically, I should have been at -1 because my will is 3 versus 4 instead of fight, but I would have gotten +2, so that would have been 5. We'll just chalk that up as a mistake, and I'll fix it for the next one. All right. Oh well. Those go away. When you make a mistake, you can backtrack if it's not too uncomplicated, and it would involve me checking all my cards to see if I have any will bonuses. But now I'm just going to, I'll deal with this one. All right, so that was my third and final action. After you defeat an enemy, discover a clue. There are no clues. The beat comp is still with me, and I only have 2 bullets left. All right, it is now Rex's turn. I will put one of these from Powder of Ibsy as a fast action. Move a clue to an exhausted brood. Oh, I have to exhaust it first. All right, so that means now that's the brood. Esoteric lets you use your will. Okay, so I need to exhaust him first, then put a token on him, and then move him. So, as a fast action, I can move 1 clue automatically to him because of yeah, I can do that. All right, so now it costs me 2 actions to do a fight. My will is 3. This gives me +2, so 5 versus 6. That's still not good. But I have will cards, don't I? I do. I've got 1. That would make it 6 versus 6. Let's do it. 6 versus 6. The first time you perform. So 2 actions to do this first fight. 6 versus 6. And this is -1, so 5 versus 6, and I fail. Hold on, did I have anything I could have contributed will-wise? Yes, I will make it, I'll bump that up to 7 versus 7, so it did succeed. I didn't fail by 1, and that puts 1 damage on this one out of 3. And I've got 1 action left. I can try to evade him, and if I can, then I could do a fast action to move a clue. Well, I can't. You can only do 1 fast action per turn, I believe. So I already done that. So do I fight him again? I don't think I will. So I think I'll need to try to evade. My evade is 3, and his evade is 3, and I have 1 card that will allow me to contribute 1 evade. So it'd be 4 versus 3. Let's try it. 4 versus 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. I do fail, so it stays up. Okay. That is the end of my turn. Enemy phase. Here's the problem. The brood is going to do 2 damage and 2 to here. So 1, 2. He's down to 1 health, and 4 sanity. 1 more hit, and he's dead. Roland can take the 2, but I can't take the 2 sanity loss, so I will give that to the beat cop, which removes him, and the 1 leftover sanity will go to Roland, and he only has 1 sanity left on him. All right, beat cop goes away. Okie doke. That is the enemy phase. It is now the Doom phase. This is bad. Number 5 goes on. Oh no, hold on. Before we do that, we each get a resource and a card. Roland draws his weakness. Another weakness. Place 2 of your clues on the location. If you can't, place all of your clues on your location. Take a horror and shuffle. That horror means I am at 0, and Roland will end up with another mental trauma when he returns in the next game. He's out. So that leaves poor old Rex. Rex draws his weakness. When you would succeed at a skill test, I remember this, I have to draw another token. I think I'm in trouble here. I do think I'm in trouble. All right. And by the way, this advances because I put 5 on it. And Rex is still going to have to draw a card. All right, let's see. Rampaging creatures. Forced. Agenda 1-day. We flip it over. An old pickup truck rolls to a stop along the weathered trail. The driver, Joe Osborne, calls out to you through a shattered window. It's over at Eric's farm. Dunn blasted their place apart. You ask Osborne for the location of the Eric's homestead, and it confirms your worst fear. For that attack to have occurred recently, there must be more than one. Shuffle the encounter discard into the deck. Spawn one set-aside brood at a random location. So all these go back in here. And I have to place a third brood. This was a tough one. All right, I don't think it's going to end well. I think both of my guys are going to get. I think they're going to get a mental trauma. By the way, at the end I should have done this: 3-will versus 3-will, and I do succeed. So this at least will go away. That's helpful. And I'm supposed to take another brood and put it at a random location. So let's look up at the ceiling, shuffle this, square it up, pull the bottom. Watley Ruins. Where is that? It's over here. So right there. I am going to have to resign. I'm going to have. It's the only way I can survive. The problem is, if Rex runs, he's going to lose. He's going to take a physical trauma on his next turn. But I don't have a choice. So the brood have taken over. I did defeat one, but unfortunately, there's no way I'm going to defeat this with a 6 fight versus my will of 3 plus 5 with no ally. Yeah, I'm in trouble. Okay, so it's my... Oh, I have to draw a card. I still have to draw a card. Rex draws, sorted and silent. Attach it to your location. At the end of each round, each investigator here takes a horror. Well, I won't be staying there, so don't worry about that. It's attached here. Okay. Wow. So on my turn, I will flee. Here, I take a physical trauma and 2. So I didn't lose my mental, but I will take a physical trauma that carries over to the next game. And I will go here, and as an action, I can resign. You hide from the creatures. Oh, man. Sometimes you lose scenarios. It just happens. All right. So here's what happened. Because I resigned, I did not finish. There was no resolution. It says if no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated, go to 102. You did all you could to stop them, but they were more of them than you realized, and you weren't able to slay them all. Exhausted and terrified, you retreat to Zebulon's home and hope to survive the night. In your campaign, record that X brood escaped, 2. If an investigator deck contains powder, remove it. All right, I lose the powder. That's not good. So that will go away. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory value of each card in the display. Well, the only victory I get is 1 point because I defeated one of the brood. So each of my investigators will have 3 XP to spend, but I'm probably going to bank it and hopefully do better on the next scenario. If you are not familiar with Arkham Horror, it is a hard game. It is hard, and you frequently lose a scenario. The cool thing is, the campaign keeps moving. Even though I lost, they go back, they recover, and they try again next time. So in the next video, I will pick up with episode 6, scenario 6, which is, let's see what it is. Scenario 6 is called Where Doom Awaits. And there's only, I think there's 8 scenarios. Let's see. Scenario 5, 6, 7. 7. So there's only 7 in this one. So we are 2 away from the end. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this game of Arkham Horror. My poor investigators. I'll be back in a week with the next one. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.